Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Xbox On. We're here at Gamescom where we've just managed to get hands on early with the COD World War 2 beta.
How excited are you right now?
You know, just maybe like just over a 10, maybe 11.
Just like 12. About 100.
Well, no, it's the thing though, it's because Sledgehammer Games have done an awesome job World War 2, obviously going back to boots on the ground, kind of stuff that you'd be able to relate to more back from like Modern Warfare days, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 days. So I'm pretty excited. They've done a load of awesome stuff as well.
So in terms of new content, let's start with the map.
Yeah, so obviously we got to see Point the Hawk and Ardennes at E3, and we got to see one of the brand new maps which is also going to be in the beta, which is called Gibraltar. All right, and what I kind of really liked about it is it's still maintaining that 3-lane system. You've kind of got always going to have 3 choices. You've got that middle lane, which is kind of fighting over the bridge on the top. You can kind of go underneath on the right-hand side, and then you can fight your way through the buildings on the left. So you've always got those flank routes and different kind of situations to come across. I think the map layout, from what I've played so far, awesome. You get a really fast-paced gameplay, which is weird because it's actually a slower-paced game. It's one of the biggest things you're going to notice.
Actually, talking about that in terms of pace, did you find how did you find that slower pace?
See, it's weird because if you've been playing like Advanced Warfare, if you've played Black Ops 3, if you played Infinite Warfare, the pace is a lot faster because of that advanced movement mechanics. Yeah. But now, because it's gone back to this traditional movement, it's a lot slower. But because of the pace of the maps, it doesn't feel it. It feels like really like you're constantly in the action, but you can't just like fly around and kind of get away with just moving like a crazy person. But the pace is. I personally prefer that sort of pace based off like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was my favourite Call of Duty, and it's more like that, and Sledgehammer have done a really good job.
So we also got to play a new mode called Hardpoint. How did you find it?
I kind of, Hardpoint for me was one of those game modes back where I used to compete, was just always loved. So I'm really happy that it's confirmed back for World War 2, and hopefully we get to play more of it during the beta, which should be a lot of fun, because it creates those intense things that everyone just starts piling into the point, and you get like this intense action, and it always gives you that opportunity for a comeback as well, because obviously the clock doesn't go down as long as you're in the point. So if you get in the rotations and your team working together to make sure, right, this point's finishing in 2 seconds, we need to get to the other side of the map, right, so we can make sure we're holding that down. It kind of like creates these really intense, fun situations.
Yeah, it's so stressful just hearing it.
No, it's not stressful, it's fun. It's fun.
And guns.
Guns, yeah, obviously.
Obviously, bread and butter.
World War 2, so I remember going back in the day where you used to play like Medal of Honor, kind of like typical like D-Day landings. It's going back to those kind of historical weapons that you'll notice, like the STG, which is one of the new weapons that we got to try out right here at Gamescom, which is an absolute monster. So if you're like an assault rifle player, you can just kind of like hold down lanes, take people out. Also like the M1 Garand, 2-shot kill, really powerful gun. People will be running around with the Push as well, the Russian SMG.
Okay, yeah.
Which seems to be doing a lot of damage. People killed me a lot. And that's one of the biggest things as well, as you probably notice it, is it's the first time we got to use divisions properly.
Yes, so divisions.
Yeah. So divisions are obviously the whole new system that's been implemented into World War II, and we haven't known too much about it up until now. So we got to progress through it for the first time. So obviously, you choose your division when you start the game. So when you kind of go to the headquarters, it's like, what division do you want to enlist in? And obviously you can enlist and like kind of unlock all the divisions and kind of make individual progress in each. So in the beta, we got to have 5 options.
It was 5, yeah.
So you had the first one, which was like for the riflemen, it was for the infantry.
I think it's infantry, yeah.
Right, so for the infantry, you got to have the bayonet charge, which meant you could like charge people with the bayonet, kind of get melee kills.
Did you do that?
I did it once.
Oh, I tried it, but totally messed up.
But it's quite, yeah, when you manage to pull it off, it's like a nice quick kill, can save you, right? Especially if you're using an assault rifle and someone's using an SMG, can help you out. Then like you got an extra primary weapon attachment, which is obviously really helpful when you kind of rank and level up your guns. Then the big one though for me was the third one was extra magazines, so more ammo. Yeah. But then the fourth one was effectively what was a perk in Call of Duty Ghosts, which was called Stalker, which allows you to move faster while aiming down sights.
Yes.
So it means that as an assault rifle player, you can counter SMGs a bit more. And remember, like, weapons aren't assigned to each individual division. You can use an SMG with the infantry class, you can use an assault rifle with the airborne, but some perks are going to be more beneficial to certain weapons. Yeah. Like for airborne, for example, the first kind of division skill was that you could put a suppressor on your submachine gun. So obviously it means that you stayed off the mini-map, kind of moved around the map, and it's just, from what we've seen, you're gonna, if you're a Call of Duty fan, when you get your hands on the beta, you're going to love it. It's like it's the most fun I've had in a long time on a Call of Duty. And obviously, like, the team at Sledgehammer have done an awesome job.
So what division did you favour out of 5?
See, I've always been an assault rifle player, so I went for the infantry division, partially because I just wanted to be able to get the moving fast while aiming down sights. So it means that you can kind of like lock down the lanes, because obviously we talked about the maps earlier, so those 3-lane system maps, or kind of like the circular rotation maps like Point the Hawk. When you can do that, and you're using like an M1 Garand, or you're using an SDG, you can just lock the map down and just do so much damage. I
went for infantry as well, actually. I mean, I probably got just as many kills as you did as well. And maybe more, probably more. Speaking of kills, what was your best streak?
I think it was, I got a really good gun streak. And obviously, because the people that we were playing against, because it was a Gamescom, like, there was like former pro players, there's like YouTubers.
People very good at
people play Call of Duty a lot. I got like a 18-19 kill streak, which I was quite happy with in that situation. And then I think I got like a couple 50 kill games as well, so I was happy.
It's alright, I guess.
I mean, what are you, like 200 kills, 300 kills?
200 kills, like no deaths, just straight on owning the map.
Sorry. But yeah, honestly, remember the Call of Duty World War II beta is starting on Xbox One on the 1st September and runs until the 4th, so you've got a whole weekend to play it, try it out, try out divisions, try out the new guns, try out the maps. Also, War Mode. We haven't talked about War Mode, which is obviously the brand new mode coming to Call of Duty World War II, which is kind of like this whole operation that you get to do, where you kind of have different objectives throughout, building a bridge, defending a tank.
I really enjoyed War Mode. I got really into it, like building the bridge and everything, and then like escorting the tank. It was like Overwatch-esque, like, you know, taking the payload.
Literally, that's the thing. Like that kind of whole progression, and you've got different objectives, so you feel like you're doing different things throughout it. And obviously, we get to look at Operation Breakout, which is one of the first war mode that we've seen so far. And I think it's going to add an extra element to it and an extra kind of level of like that. It'd be interesting to see how people take onto it as it gets more and more, like what people do with it in the beta, because that's going to kind of, I think, find out. And I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's good also for people like me who maybe don't like getting completely destroyed in team deathmatch.
You can just build the bridge.
I can just build a bridge. Happy days, building bridges, having a good time. A little less, you know, looking at your KD and feeling really sorry for yourself. So that's always a plus.
It's more about just kind of powering your way through the objectives.
Stay focused.
Honestly, if you're a Call of Duty fan, you're going to absolutely love World War II. Remember, 1st September to the 4th, you can try the beta on the Xbox One. Definitely go ahead and do that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video anyway and had a nice first look at Call of Duty World War II. Do make sure to subscribe if you're new, because we've got loads more Gamescom content coming right here on Xbox On. And also, drop a thumbs up.
We'll see you next time. Bye.